arriving in Brussels and ready to ramp up the economic pressure on Russia even further. Britain's Prime Minister, like all Western leaders, says it's Moscow that's hurting most from all of this. That may be true, but the cost to its own citizens too is beginning to bite. It's the surging cost of fuel that's driving inflation right now. In the UK, as elsewhere, that's trickling down into almost every part of daily life. Businesses big and small are taking a hit. The cost of parts at Tony Cudderford's workshop in central London has rocketed.
It was costing £4,500 to get the brakes done.
And his customers are becoming unusually frugal.
No one here, is it? This is the thing. Of course, with the electric cars and such like and whatever, not so much that, it's just people can't afford cars, don't they, live around here. So we're battling on at the minute. I have a reasonable contract with the fire brigade, so that sort of keeps me at the minute going, but how long for, I don't know.
You normally do a bit of wrapping.
This emission-free delivery startup down the road uses bikes, so it's fossil fuel-free. Quiver's co-founder Lewis Collar-Smith worries costs will still go up.
Because we're a relatively new business, we haven't really realised the impact of inflation just yet, but we're nervous for the future just because we understand that it's going to impact our couriers a lot and we may need to pay them more for them to live in the same way that they're living right now.
No one's immune from what is fast becoming a cost of living crisis.
UK inflation is forecast to average 7.4% this year. It currently stands at 6.2%, and that means it's likely to get worse from here. It's going to affect the livelihoods of millions of people, of businesses across the country, which is why the UK Chancellor on Wednesday made an announcement in Parliament designed to help.
Today, I can announce for only the second time in 20 years, fuel duty will be cut. Yeah. Not by 1, not even by 2, but by 5 pence per litre. Yeah. The biggest cut to all fuel duty rates ever. And while some have called for the cut to last until August, I have decided it will be in place until March next year, a full 12 months.
That was the headline amongst a series of other tax and duty cuts and benefit boosts. Rising interest rates means that, amongst other things, paying back huge public sector debts built up during the pandemic is getting a lot more expensive. So such help has only been extended so far. Overall, critics pointed out living standards for many are still going to fall.
His failure to uprate benefits in line with inflation, for example, I think is really, really scandalous, because essentially it means that millions of people are going to be directly worse off because their benefits aren't keeping rate with what inflation is going to be now, 7% we're told, rather than the 3.1% that it was when it was first linked to benefits back in September.
The West sees its unity so far as perhaps its greatest asset of all in this crisis. As time goes on, as Vladimir Putin himself will know, the pressure back home will only mount.